And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WVRC 104.7 FM's live coverage of Roane County High School boys baseball action. We welcome you once again from Doddridge County, West Virginia, as we prepare for this LKC East Conference matchup featuring the host school, the Bulldogs, the Doddridge County Bulldogs, coming in with an overall record of 11-6. They are 5-3 in the LKC East Division. Roane County, the opponent, 5-5 on a very shortened season. A lot of cancellations for the Raiders this year. They are 4-4 in the LKC East. 3 tough losses in conference, followed by a pair of victories for Roane County over Gilmer and Parkersburg Catholic. Most recently, Webster County's game on Tuesday night, again canceled due to weather problems. But that will not be an issue here today in Doddridge. It is beautiful here, 60 degrees, sunny with a breeze, and we've got 2 today here on WVRC. So we have a doubleheader coming for you here this afternoon in this gorgeous facility. I tell you what, every time we come here, envious would be the term for us here, as this is an all-turf field. It is 325 down the lines. It is 345 in the gaps, and in straightaway center field here at this facility, a 360-foot shot. Just a beautiful day for baseball action. Glad you could join us on WVRC 104.7 FM. We are streaming audio on WVRCFM.com, and we appreciate all of you joining us on our Facebook Live feed on our station. Andrew Miller alongside my partner Matt White, and George Allen is our studio technician back at WVRC Control. Matt, a beautiful day for some baseball action. We get 2 here today, and that is generous for Roane County, considering they've had a lot of cancellations this year, just now playing last week their 10th game of the season.
Yeah, it's really been a tough go of it throughout the year, Drew. Like you said, tons of cancellations, bad weather throughout the entire month of April has really just hampered Roane County's ability to even get on the field. This should be a pretty good matchup, I think. These are, 2 very comparable teams, have some pretty comparable teams on the schedule. You know, both teams have really beaten the teams that they're supposed to. They've had some close battles with some common opponents. You know, Gilmer County's had the upper hand on the likes of Gilmer County. That was a tough one for Roane County. Lost a heartbreaker up there in the early part of the season. Got some revenge just a couple of weeks ago in a really nice game for Roane County. So I think this is set up to be a nice ball game. Like you said, 2 games here this evening. It's going to be a little bit chilly by the time this thing's over, but it's absolutely gorgeous right now. You can see out in center field that flag is moving a little bit from right to left, so a nice little stiff breeze could play havoc for some of the fly balls. You'd just be excited to see these guys get out on the field as we start winding down the season. You know, we're very near to LKC's and then starting postseason tournament time.
As we mentioned, Doddridge County got their season started with a bang. 3 straight victories over Gilmer, St. Mary's, and Webster County, and then 3 losses, Ritchie, Braxton, and South Harrison, defeating the Bulldogs. After that, 4 straight wins, a pair of victories and a doubleheader over Clay Battelle, and then a victory over Parkersburg Catholic, followed by that victory over Gilmer County. They lost to Tyler Consolidated, but since then they reeled off 4 victories in a row. Webster, a doubleheader against Paden City, and 2 against Clay County. They won 1 and lost 1. Their most recent contest just a couple of days ago against Liberty Harrison, actually just yesterday against Liberty Harrison on the road. Close loss, 6-3 for Roane County. They defeated Calhoun County to lead off their season, lost straight to the Eastern Conference rivals Braxton and Gilmer, 1-2 in a row against South Harrison and Webster, and then those 3 close losses, Charleston Catholic, Calhoun, Braxton County, followed by their 2 victories, Gilmer County last week, Parkersburg Catholic at the end of last week as well. And they'll have more coming up tomorrow. Roane County will head on the road to Parkersburg Catholic, and then they'll finish off their week on Saturday at Herbert Hoover High School. While the coaches are meeting at home plate with both of the umpires, let's take a look at your starting lineups. First off, for the Bulldogs, leading off and pitching today will be Dylan Knight. Batting second, the DH, Dawson Pumphrey. He'll hit in the lineup for the left fielder, Landon Parrish. Batting third will be the shortstop, Colt Sutton. Cleanup hitter will be the catcher, Aiden Eddy. Batting fifth, Hunter Race. Christie. He'll be over at third base, batting sixth. The second baseman, Jacob Dehaven, batting seventh. The center fielder, Jared Jones, batting eighth. The first baseman, Ian Spatafor, and rounding out the lineup, batting ninth and playing the ninth position, the right fielder, Tanner Blake. For Roane County, leading off and on the bump today will be Lane Epling, followed by Andrew Scafella batting second out in right field. Batting third, the left fielder, Josh Walton. Cleanup hitter will be the first baseman, Cole Ellis, batting fifth. Preston Green will be at shortstop, batting sixth. The third baseman, Cam Ash, batting seventh. The second baseman, Cam Cumston, batting eighth. Behind the plate will be the catcher, Ian Lance, and batting ninth, designated hitter Russell May will hit for the center fielder, Ethan Collins. A beautiful day here today as we've got two on the docket. It will be Doddridge County in the field first. They've got their green jerseys on with the bright yellow Doddridge across the front of the chest. Right below that, they've got the numbers in yellow, trimmed out in some white with the gray pants, and they've got the old school stirrup socks, green with some yellow stripes for Roane County. They've got the black jerseys on today. Raiders across the front of the chest in script in maroon, trimmed out in white. White numbers trimmed out in maroon. They've got the gray pants on, or they got the white pants on. White pants today. Or is that gray?
Those are gray.
Yeah, I knew it first time. Should have gotten it first time. So on the hill today will be the senior Dylan Knight in 4 starts. His ERA is 4.36. He's pitched 17 and 2/3 innings, allowing 16 runs. Only 11 of those runs were earned. He struck out 12 on the season and walked 8. And Roane County again finally happy to get some games in. I tell you, it's been a rough one this year for Coach Buddy Huffman and his Raider crew. I know they wanted to have a lot more games. A lot of these seniors here coming back for the first time. It's a senior-heavy team. You think about those guys such as Ethan Collins, Lane Epling, Scafella, Greathouse, Ellis. Those guys have played a bunch, and you got those new guys coming back to play baseball. Russell May, Shad Greathouse, Josh Walton moving in here this year. But I tell you, it's been a rough one.
Yeah, it's a tough go of it. You're expecting to just be out there with your buddies as much as possible, and it's been unfortunate with the weather. We talk about it all the time, how bad it is here in West Virginia at this time of year. You never know what you're going to get. You might end up with all 4 seasons in the same week, and we've had a ton of those situations. Snow, then it goes to 80 degrees, and then the next day it's 40 and raining. So it's been a tough go of it, so it'll be nice for these guys to get out here on this beautiful facility. And
Raiders number 4, the pitcher, Lane Epling.
So Knight has finished his warm-up pitches. Top 3 in the order in the top of the first. Lane Epling steps in first. Pitcher versus pitcher. First pitch, the windup and a foul ball, and we are underway. Game's scheduled to begin at 5, about 4 minutes early. That's never a bad thing when you've got 2 on the docket. 0-1 the count to Epling, the senior.
The only time getting started early is a bad thing is when we are not ready. But we are here and ready to go.
Absolutely. Knight into the windup, drops a curve. That one hits the plate. 1-1 the count. For Doddridge, they got a mixture of upperclassmen, underclassmen starting here today. Pitched low and inside, 2-1. We'll run through the defense here in just a second. Just a gorgeous facility, all turf field. They got the big bulldog right out in center field, just as they do on the softball complex. 2-1 pitch, drops low and away, and Epling, a hitter's count quickly.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets a green light, if he has a pitch to hit, or if you're just going to have the take sign. Try to get yourself leadoff runner on base.
The 3-1 pitch, chopper towards shortstop, fielded on the good hop. Sutton, a long throw across just in time as Epling diving head first to try to beat the throw. Cannot. A nice play by the sophomore shortstop, Colt Sutton.
Coming to play for the Raiders, right fielder, number 3, Andrew Scafella.
That Sutton kid out at short, he's had a heck of a year. 5 home runs on the season, 370 hitter. 3 home runs and 5 doubles on the year. Leads the team in RBIs.
Not a bad glove man as well. Stepping in, right fielder Andrew Scafella. The senior takes a look at strike 1 on the outside corner from Knight. 0-1 the count. Scafella's had a lot of movement this year defensively. Started over at short, moved to third, moved to second, and then moved into the outfield finally, where he has settled in right field. He'll pop this one high and out of play. First base dug outside. Quickly the count 0-2.
It was a nice hack at that one. Yeah, if he's able to get out in front of it a little bit more and line that one out. But yeah, it's great to have a kid like that that's so versatile, that can play multiple positions. And, I think he's very suited out there in right. I did like him playing a little bit at second base, too. I thought he was pretty quality there, but it allows Cumston to get in early in the year.
Curveball fell out of the hand on the way through. That one way upstairs. 1-2 count to Scafella.
Yeah, we've seen Scafella. He's got out there on the pitching mound as well a few times this year.
1-2 pitch. That one hops the catcher, Eddie. And the count evens now at 2 apiece. Yeah, the big victory on the bump for Scafella was that victory in the second game versus Gilmer County. It was supposed to be at Leo Hines Field. Due to weather, they moved it over to the turf field, and Scafella got that big win as Roane County doubled up Gilmer County 10-5. And you think about Eastern Conference or Eastern Division here in the LKC, this doubleheader plays a lot of importance. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and Scafella fouls it off himself. Count holds it 2 apiece. We came here Tuesday, did a doubleheader for the girls. Roane County's Lady Raiders came in number 1 in the East and left number 3. They lost both to Doddridge County, who is going to be the representative on the girls' side as the number 1 seed in the East. Roane County at 4-4 here for the boys, 5-3 Doddridge. Here's another chopper right over to short. Gobbling it up again is Sutton across the diamond once again into the glove of Spatafor. And quickly 2 up, 2 down by way of the sophomore shortstop Colt Sutton. And that will bring up Josh Walton, first-year player for Roane County, and the senior has been a fixture out in left field for the Raiders this year. Into the windup is Knight, off-speed pitch, and that one fooled the batter as Walton swung out in front. Could have swung twice at that one. 0-1 the count. Knight working quickly into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another nice curveball. That one, Matt, dropped right out of the zone.
Yeah, that was just a really, really nice pitch.
0-2 count quickly to Walton. The windup, the pitch, and a good piece of hitting as Walton fouls one off first base side in on the hands. And Walton will earn another opportunity with an 0-2 count. Cannot understate just how beautiful it is here today.
Yeah, it really is. Nice job on that last one by Walton. You got to try to fight those pitches off that are borderline.
0-2 pitch goes opposite field, dribbled to the second baseman, Dehaven, across to Spatafor. A 3 up, 3 down top of the first for the Doddridge County defense. No score after a half inning, moving to the bottom after these messages. Into the bottom of the first we go. No score here from Doddridge County High School at the baseball facility. 1 of 2 today. Roane County and Doddridge in the Little Canal Conference East Division. Roane County 4-4, just a game back of Doddridge at 5-3. So very important opportunity here today for the Raiders, but it was Doddridge in the top of the first inning, a 1-2-3 inning, and it was all ground ball outs, a pair of ground balls to the shortstop, Colt Sutton, and one to Jacob Dehaven. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Bottom of the first we go. Matt's drawing sunshine.
It's a beautiful day.
Just got that one, Matt. Thank you very much for the inside laugh. Bottom of the first, top of the order for Doddridge County. The pitcher, Dylan Knight, the DH, Dawson Pumphrey, and the shortstop, Colt Sutton. Hitters 1, 2, and 3 in the order. And the senior, Lane Epling, gets the start here in Game 1 for Roane County. And Epling likes to work quickly. First pitch, one hops the catcher, Ian Lance, the freshman. Traditionally, Epling is the catcher, but when he's on the bump, it's the freshman Lance getting a lot of time behind the plate this season. 1-0 count to the leadoff hitter, Knight. Epling comes with the next one, drilled towards the shortstop, gobbled up by Preston Green across to Ellis for out number 1. Lots of ground balls here, Matt, in the first inning.
That's a good sign. You keep the ball low. You're not leaving anything out over the plate. You know, you don't have to strike everybody out. You can let your defense do the work for you.
Dawson Pumphrey, the DH, batting for left fielder Landon Parrish. Right-handed batter, swings and misses at the first opportunity. Epling rode that one in on the wrists of the batter, Pumphrey.
Pumphrey, he's a .310 hitter on the year.
Next pitch, soft speed. That one curved and dropped right out of the zone under the bat. Quickly 0-2. Bottom first, no score. Game 1 of 2 here at this gorgeous facility in Doddridge County, West Virginia. Off speed, check swing. He'll go around. The ball gets away. Going to be a tough throw down. Lance, is it in time? Not quite. Great effort by Lance. It's a pretty deep backstop, and Ellis, boy, he tried to stretch as far as the legs would allow. But that one just got away so far, Matt, it was not going to happen.
Yeah, like you said, a little bit of a deep backstop, and with this turf surface, the ball gets away. It's going to scoop pretty quickly on you.
And I'll bring up very solid batter here, the shortstop Colt Sutton. Had a couple of defensive plays in the top half of the inning.
I said earlier he's a .370 hitter, 3 home runs, 4 triples, 5 doubles on the year.
Epling going to check over at first. Sliding back in safely is Pumphrey. As I was parking out in straightaway left field, I said, Cole Ellis better not hit my truck. I didn't think about Cole Sutton. Next pitch, that one sails inside, and that will keep Sutton from ripping it over the fence line as he takes one off the shoulder for the hit by pitch. Runners on first and second now. Bottom first inning.
Next batter for the Bulldogs,
that's
number 2, catcher Aiden Eddy.
It's one way to keep a guy from hurting you at the plate. It's going to help Sutton's on base percentage, though.
Cleanup hitter, the catcher, Aiden Eddy, a .353 hitter this season. And Epling misses inside again. Back-to-back hit batters, and the bases are loaded already in the bottom of the first. And you see the frustration out of Epling after he lost another fastball.
Third baseman, Hunter Racy.
It looked like he was trying to maybe get that one a little bit of curve action, and it just hung out there on him and plunked the batter.
Hunter Racy, .317 on the season. He's got ducks on the pond. Swings at the first pitch. Pops it up in foul territory. Ellis giving chase. That one will sail into foul territory. 0-1 to Racy. So a jam here for the senior Epling in the bottom of the first after he got the first batter Knight by ground out. A strikeout with an error on the wild pitch, and then 2 hit batters in a row. Raiders moving the corners in. Middle infielders still playing at double play depth.
Yeah, the good thing about that is if you get a ground ball, you've got to force out at any base. So like you said, the corners are trying to come in. If anything hits short, they're coming home with it.
Epling comes set. Here's the pitch, outside corner. Nice location. Racy chased after that outside pitch and missed. Count 0-2 now.
One thing you can take advantage of a hitter being aggressive. with bases loaded, you tend to try to swing at a little bit more borderline pitches, so maybe you can get him to chase something here.
0-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Count remains 0-2. Lady Raiders in action this evening at Roane County High School softball complex. They're in their Little Canal Conference placement game. They're battling for third place in the conference, or fifth place, sorry. I'll get that right. Here's a curveball popped up in the infield. Epling moves over to the third base area, calls off Ash, and he will make the grab for a very important out number 2.
Coming to the plate for the Bulldogs, number 17.
Now that's a situation there. Would have been the infield fly rule. You can tell the home plate umpire was calling that one ahead of time.
In steps Jacob Dehaven, sophomore hitting .250 on the season. And Lady Raiders facing off against St. Mary's for fifth place in the conference. First offer is upstairs to Dehaven, 1-0.
So many good softball teams in the LKC. It's tough every year, and then it doesn't get any better next week when you go into sectionals and you have to deal with Lewis County and the ever so dangerous Herbert Hoover Huskies.
Yeah, who was it to put Roane County in Hoover's section? Yeah.
Well, we thought we were doing good when we got rid of Ritchie County out of our division, or out of our section. Now we got stuck with Hoover.
2-0 the count. Here's the pitch, fouled off that time by Dehaven. 2-1, bases juiced here in the bottom of the first. No score yet. Raiders went quietly in the top half of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. And the bases are loaded full of Bulldog runners here with Dehaven. And a 2-1 count. Epling comes with the pitch inside corner. That one off the glove of Epling, and it's going to fall in the infield, and that's going to score a run. Epling is upset with himself. Number 1, that he didn't make the play. Number 2, that he didn't just let it go and let Green go grab that one at short.
Next batter for the Bulldogs.
Just an effort play, Matt. It ended up not working out.
Yeah, just unfortunate because, I mean, if Lane's able to stab that one, that's an easy put out, and Roane County's out of the inning.
So a run scores here in the bottom of the first. We'll see if Roane County can limit damage. Jared Jones, the center fielder, looks on at one outside of the zone. 1-0 the count. Called strike this time at the knees. 1-1. Jones, senior. It's a name well familiar to Roane County. He ran wild on Roane County just about 100 yards to our left in football season. Next pitch, that one gets away. Here comes the runner. Coming home and sliding in safely is Colt Sutton, and another run scores, this time on a pass ball. Other runners will advance. 2-1 the count.
It's tough whenever that ball's tailing away from you as a catcher and you have to try to backhand it coming across your body. It's unfortunate Lance not able to corral that one.
So 2-0 your score and a 2-1 count. Next pitch missing outside. 3-1 to Jones. I'm sure Epling, Russell May, Shadrach Greathouse, some of those football players probably saw Jared Jones in their nightmares after that Friday night contest.
They're probably having a little PTSD just seeing him out here now.
Epling almost plunking Jones on a 3-1 pitch. Oh, maybe I had it wrong. I had 3-1. Now it's 3-2. I guess I missed a strike somewhere.
Now maybe Lane Epling's like, well, I couldn't get a hold of you in football season. I'm going to plunk you in baseball.
Full counts. Runners at second and third. We're in the bottom of the first in game 1. 2-0 your score. Here's a chopper over towards Ellis. Waits to field it on the good hop, and he will get to the bag first for out number 3. Damage in the bottom of the inning, though. 2 across for Doddridge after 1 complete. 2-0. Top of the second to come. Roane County to the plate. We welcome you back inside the Doddridge County Baseball Facility here in West Union, West Virginia. I could only rather be fishing or golfing today. It's beautiful out here and a great day for a doubleheader. Glad Roane County can get some games in. Important couple of games in the Little Canal Conference Eastern Division. Roane County a game back at the moment of Doddridge. The Bulldogs 5-3 in the East. Roane County 4-4. And after one complete, it's 2-0 Bulldogs. The Bulldogs got two in the bottom of the first on one hit. 2 errors defensively for Roane County and 2 left on base. Raiders went 1-2-3 quietly in the top of the first. We'll see 4, 5, 6 in the order. Cole Ellis, Preston Green, and Cam Ash due up first here in the top of the second.
WBRCFM.com. That's WBRCFM.com.
It was a tough first inning there for Roane County. Just couldn't get anything out of the infield. Give a lot of credit to Knight. He's not necessarily an overpowering pitcher, but he's hitting his marks really well, making our guys, hit those soft grounders and just letting the defense do work for him.
And really, other than the one curveball he lost on the way through, his curve pitches, his breaking balls were really effective in that top of the first. So Ellis, the first baseman, digs in.
I see a gray F-150 out there in left field just waiting for you, Cole.
Listen, that would be a good and bad feeling at the same time. First pitch inside corner called strike.
Could go a little love-hate relationship if he'd tattoo that windshield.
Mixed emotions it would be. 0-1 offering, curveball, that one missing away. Count even at 1 apiece here in the top of the second inning. Did I mention it's a nice day, Matt?
A couple times. You can keep saying it.
1-1 offering that time. Knight misses low and outside. 2-1 the count. Two-one pitch upstairs at the eyeballs, and a hitter's count now for Ellis. He can pick and choose what he wants to swing at this point. On deck is Preston Green. Ellis, the leading RBI producer here this year, as he was last year as a junior, and he'll only see one strike in this at bat. A 5-pitch walk issued, and for the first time, the Raiders have a base runner aboard. Well, the sophomore Preston Green digging in was the second baseman the majority of last year and moved quickly over to shortstop early this year, and I think that's maybe, Matt, where we're going to see this young man for the rest of his career. First pitch popped high into the sky, coming off the bump. Knight, he's called off, though, by the third baseman, and Racy has it in the glove for out number 1.
Yeah, I think Green's settled in very nicely over there at short. He's a good fielder. He's good athletic, a really good athlete. He can get to some grounders, got a good range, and we've seen him be able to be very effective from the plate as well.
Green just got underneath that, swung hard at it. And that will bring up Cam Ash, another sophomore for Roane County. Got a lot of youngsters playing a lot of big minutes, or big innings, I should say, this year. That should bode well for Roane County in the future. You're losing a lot of seniors, but we saw a couple of games ago against Parkersburg Catholic. You got some arms coming up, freshman and sophomore arms that look pretty good. 2-0 quickly to Ash.
And these young guys really have played a lot of baseball. They've been coming up through the little leagues, and they've really put a lot of time, a lot of effort into getting themselves ready to start and play some significant minutes as a freshman or sophomore coming up.
Knight missing again, 3-0 now. Knight walking the leadoff batter, Ellis, who's at first. So a bit of control issues here in the top of the second inning. See if Ash has a green light. I would imagine not. Throwing over to first is Knight, and that's just for fun. I know, again, Cole Ellis likes to think of himself as a base stealer. Generally not.
What was he said? Ricky Henderson, he's not. He's more like Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, he's got enough hair. A 4-pitch walk issued as Ash does not see a strike, and Roane County has 2 aboard now here in the top of the second, trailing 2-0. I can joke with Cole. He does a lot of things well. Let's just say he's not the fastest in the world. He's probably faster than I am.
I'd about guarantee that.
In steps the freshman second baseman, Cam Cumston. Runner in scoring position already. First pitch away. And Knight continuing to struggle, and that will draw his catcher, the junior Aiden Eddy, out. Try to settle his pitcher down, Matt. He's not found the strike zone much here in the top of the second yet.
He really had great control in the first inning, and he's not missing by much. I mean, these pitches they're pretty close. So that's just a slight mechanical change. Maybe your release point's a little bit, too high, a little bit too low on some of these.
Back to the stretch goes Knight. Here's the pitch, and it worked. He fires a nice curveball right over the middle of the plate as Cumston swings and misses. 1-1 the count. 2-0 Doddridge here in the top of the second inning. Knight comes set. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and Cumston nearly swung out of his shoes and fell over. Appreciate the aggressiveness on the swing, though.
Yeah, like I said, that's you're anticipating a fastball, and you get the rug pulled right out from under you.
1-2 to Cumston. Runners away from first and second. The 1-2 pitch, this one opposite field. That's going to be in play. Double play opportunity. They'll take the lead. And will they get Cumston at first? No, he is safe in front of the throw by the shortstop, Colt Sutton. But they got the lead runner out at second, so 2 outs, runners at the corners now.
A good hustle down the line to
Number 24,
make that a tough double play opportunity. And we've seen in the stats, Doddridge has turned a couple of double plays this year.
Cumston aboard on the fielder's choice, and Ian Lance stepping to the plate, number 8 in the order. The freshman is behind the plate defensively today. First pitch to Lance, called, strike at the knees. 0-1 the count to Lance.
Nice little, look like a bit of a slider coming in low and away.
0-1. That one sails outside. Eddy fakes the throw to first. 1-1 the count. You look at the statistics for Knight in his 4 starts. He's only struck out 12. That means you rely on some really good defense that we've already seen from the Bulldogs. Here comes that fake move. Cumston fell for the fake, and a base running error for Roane County will end the threat just like that. No runs in the top of the second inning. We move to the bottom, 2-0 Doddridge. Moving into the bottom of inning number 2, Roane County trailing Doddridge County 2-0. Raiders had a bit of a threat brewing in the top half of the inning. Got Cole Ellis aboard on a walk. Also, they got Cam Ash aboard with a walk. But Ellis was able to make it over to third as Cam Cumston put one in play. They took the force out of Ash at second. You had runners at first and third with 2 outs, and the old fake to third, go to first pick play worked against Cumston, and the freshman retired on the base paths. And I'm not sure if this is a direct result of that, Matt, but we've got a new second baseman in right now. No big deal. He'll learn as we go through As we got Braden Mullen checking in at second base for Cumston.
Like I said during the break, that old fake third, go to first, caught me sleeping too. Didn't get the action shot on that one on the Facebook Live feed.
Well, Matt, you're not a baseball guy. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
I'm not a very good cameraman either, so we don't have Katie
Nutter, you are not.
I am not.
Well, you know, Cam's got a got a stepfather on the coaching staff. I wonder if that was a assistant coach call right there. Again, it'll be okay. He'll learn. The young man's got a great career ahead of him for the next 3 years, just a freshman. So we move to the bottom of the second inning. 8-9-1 coming to the plate. Leading off will be the first baseman, Ian Spatafor. Curveball on the first pitch. Spatafor fouls it off himself. That was a senior. 0-1 the count. A wind up in the pitch. That one missing low. 1-1. Roane County again a game behind this Bulldog team in the LKC East. Bulldogs 5-3. Roane County 4-4 coming in. Great opportunity for the Raiders here. This one fouled off of the face mask of the catcher, Lance. 1-2 as the home plate umpire checking on Lance. That kid's tough. Don't worry. He'll be fine.
His little brother probably hits him way harder than that. Probably his older brother, too.
Absolutely. Here comes the 1-2 from Epling. That one sails upstairs. Count even. 2-2. The Raiders again travel to Parkersburg Catholic tomorrow, and then they'll finish off the week at Herbert Hoover on Saturday. Hanging curveball over the back of the batter. And the count full to Spatafor. 3-2. Doddridge County. They'll be in action next week right here against Calhoun County. As Epling misses on the 3-2 pitch, and he'll lose the leadoff batter, Spatafor. Awarded first on the base on balls. That'll bring up hitter number 9, and number 9 in the defensive lineup, the right fielder, Tanner Blake.
Number 19, right fielder, Tanner Blake.
.250 hitter on the season. Only 6 plate appearances, though.
First pitch from Epling, missing inside, 1-0. Raiders next week, they'll be at South Harrison. They'll have a home doubleheader versus Clay. And then they will be in their LKC conference placement game. Called strike on the outside corner. Epling comes back with a nice outside pitch for strike one. Giving a look over there at Spatafor. Slides safely in under the tag. Good pick move, though, that time by Epling.
He's just trying to keep the base runner honest.
1-1 pitch, squaring to bunt, and in fair territory, that'll be Lance. He'll take the out at first, and the sacrifice. Wait a minute. I believe that one hit maybe off of the batter, Blake. They're going to bring him back. Don't think the home plate umpire saw that, Matt, but the base umpire said, nope, that hit him. So nearly a good sacrifice play by Blake. I was smart with my pen not to write it in too early. 1-2 the count.
The great no-no of bookkeeping.
Never use a pen. Well, I'm a rebel. Epling over to first, checking again on Spatafor, trying to keep him close to the plate. Top of the order in Knight awaits in the on-deck circle. Squaring to bunt, this one down the line, and Ash will wait for that one to get into foul territory, and that will end the at-bat for Tanner Blake.
Trying to use a little bit of small ball tactics, try to move the runners around here early in the ball game. On the bottom of the second inning, the Bulldogs with a 2-0 lead.
We saw plenty of small ball Tuesday in softball as the Lady Bulldogs just ran the bases well in that 2-game sweep. So Knight steps in. He grounded out to Preston Green at short in the first inning. He'll take a look at this second at-bat offering. Low and away, 1-0 the count. Appreciate everybody joining us on WVRC 104.7 FM, WVRCFM.com. Of course, we are streaming video, audio live on our Facebook account. As Epling fights back with a nice located outside fastball.
Yeah, Knight on the season, only a 167 hitter, but he's been on the base paths a ton. He scored 24 runs to go along with 9 RBIs.
Here's a check move over to first. That gets away, and that's going to send Spatafor hustling out to second. And the good, bad, and the ugly of things when you're trying to pick runners off, if you don't throw it
it's high risk,
correctly,
high reward.
yeah.
And that time, the risk was not worth it.
And that is the third error for Roane County today already in the first 2 innings. Inside, and Knight's going to take that one off of the back of the shin, and that's the third hit batter of the game. Epling having some struggles here.
Number 7, Dawson Pumphrey.
Runners on first and second with 1 out. And Dawson Pumphrey, he reached on an error, a strikeout, and a pass ball. Ended up scoring. First pitch down the middle. This one jams the batter. This is going to be a tough play. Epling's got to hustle. He'll backhand throw it, and Epling will make the play at first. The runners will advance. That was a tremendously athletic play, though, because Braden Mullen was playing deep double play depth mat, and the only person that could get to that did.
Yeah, and he had to cover a lot of ground to get there, did Epling, to try to make that play.
Big put out.
It is, because it gives you 2 outs now in the inning. You just got to concentrate, but you got a tough at-bat here.
Colt Sutton hit by a pitch and scored on an error. First pitch popped up behind home plate as Epling gives a look, and it goes right behind us. Did I say Epling?
He gave it
Lance.
He gave a look at it, too.
He did, too. I'm just so used to Epling being the one behind the plate.
Well, Lance had a much better play on that one, if anybody.
0-1 the count to Sutton. Runners on second and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Roane County trailing 2-0. 0-1 pitch. Ooh. Sutton flinched at that curveball. Did not go after it, though. 1-1.
That one went pretty far outside. Good job behind the plate by Lance to keep that one in front of him.
Count evens at 1 apiece. Epling gives a look to the runners, throws to the plates, and just misses low. That was a pretty nice location on that fastball. 2-1.
And we caught that right outside corner, but just a little bit below the knees.
2-1 offering down the middle, chopped towards third. Ash steps in front, takes it, and fires it across to Ellis for out number 3. The Raiders, they struggled a bit, but they got out of it with no damage in the bottom of the second. To the third we go. Roane County down 2-0. We welcome you back to Doddridge County High School in the baseball complex here on this gorgeous Thursday afternoon. It is a great day for a doubleheader, and that's what we've got here on WVRC. Appreciate you all joining us on our Facebook accounts, on our website streaming audio, WVRCFM.com, and, of course, Old Faithful, 104.7 FM on the radio. Andrew Miller, Matt White, we're into the top of the third. Good defensive finish for Roane County in the bottom of the second inning. It was runners on second and third with one out, and Roane County able to get out of the jam with a nice play by Lane Epling on a ground ball, followed by a 5-3 put out by Cam Ash. No runs, no hits, one error, and 2 left on base for the Bulldogs. For Roane County, 9-1-2 coming to the plate. It's actually 8-9-1 coming to the plate. Ian Lance was at the plate in that last inning when Cumpston was picked off on the third fake. So Lance had a 1-1 count. He's back with a fresh set of balls and strikes. First pitch, this one ripped right at the shortstop, and it just hits off the top of the glove of Sutton, and boy, is he mad. That was a rip shot, though, and that one just dropped for a second out of the eyesight of Sutton, and it ended off hitting on the inside of his glove and popped right out.
Yeah, that was just a hard-hit shot. Been a tough play to make, but you got to think that, Sutton probably normally makes that play in his sleep, just maybe took his eye off of it just for a second.
Pinch runner over at first for Ian Lance.
That's Shadrack, I believe.
Yep, that is 1 on the side. Okay. So the senior Shadrack Greathouse, the speedster, on the base paths now for the Raiders. Russell May, the designated hitter, left-handed batter. Number 9 in the Roane County order. First pitch missing a little bit low and away from Knight.
Designated hitter, number 8.
May batting in the order for the center fielder, Ethan Collins. Roane County trailing 2-0 here in the top half of the third inning. Next pitch, May swings and fouls it into the third base dugout cage.
We saw Russ make a couple of really nice plays at short in that game against Parkersburg Catholic. Had that diving backhand stop. Got himself a co-defensive player of the game.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. May just gets enough, pokes it over the head of the pitcher Knight as Greathouse slides in a bang-bang play just in time. Sutton tagging Greathouse out. He tried to avoid the tag, slid in left-handed, and Matt, that was a great attempt by Shad. That's just, you think about it. He's not played baseball for quite a while, and that's a heads-up attempt.
Yeah, that's a pretty savvy play that you would see from a guy that's a veteran, but Shadrack, not a lot of baseball under his belt throughout his career. That was an excellent attempt.
But again, Colt Sutton equal to the task. We've seen him make a couple of easy plays. That one was not easy, but that was a very good play made by the shortstop. So 1 out, runner on first. Russell May with the fielder's choice, and Lane Epling at the plate. He's yet to see one. A couple of throwovers to first by the pitcher Knight. Epling grounded out to Sutton in the first inning. First pitch to Epling. This one ripped again at Sutton, and look at him on the backhanded stab into the glove, though, and back out of the glove of the second baseman, Jacob Dehaven. Man, oh man, what a play, though, by Colt Sutton. Backhand on a nasty hop falling, and he turned and made the play, and that's got to be frustrating for that young man.
Yeah, that's a tough out. You thought you just made a spectacular fielding play, and unfortunately it just couldn't be completed. And good hustle down the line to we get runners on first and second now.
1 out in the inning. Epling aboard to the fielder's choice. And here is Scafella. He'll rip one, double play opportunity. And that's a throw away from the second baseman. It gets to the third baseman, though, and we've got Russell May dead to rights. Now they're going to go over to third, not in time. So Roane County got a little too aggressive on the base paths. I think that's maybe third base coach Buddy Huffman thought that ball, after thrown away by the second baseman Dehaven, was going to get over to the fence line. It did not. It goes right into the glove of Racy.
Yeah, that's just a good job of backing the play up by Racy over there at third. Saves the run for the Bulldogs. Unfortunate for Roane County, couldn't get that one across the plate. So runners on the corners, first and third now for Josh Walton.
So in the chaos, Epling moved over to third. And Scafella, fielder's choice at first. Here's Walton, turns on one, rips it down the line. That's dropping in fair territory. That will score Epling easily. Here comes Scafella around. Here comes Scafella. Will he get there in time? The relay will not be there. And Roane County, on the swing of Walton's bat, has tied it in the top of the third inning. A 2-run, 2 RBI stand-up double for the senior.
Yeah, just a nice piece of hitting. Turned on it, got it down the line. It just stayed in fair territory. Nice way to fight back here in this. Now the top of the third. Roane County ties it up at 2 with one swing of the bat from Walton.
So a big, big play by Josh Walton.
That's going to draw a meeting out here at the pitching mound.
And you see while that's happening, assistant coach Nate White going out, trying to pump Walton up a bit, saying, hey, dude, that was a great swing. He turned on that pitch, Matt, and ripped it down the line just barely in fair territory, got all the way to the corner of the fence. And a quick meeting.
Yeah, that's, again, just to settle everybody down, strategy.
And that will bring up Colt Ellis to the plate. Game now tied 2 apiece, top of the third inning.
Next batter for the Raiders.
And that hit, by the way, the first of the game for Roane County.
Comes at a great time. He's able to tie the game up. You still got somebody in scoring position for, one of the best hitters over a 4-year span. Well, I guess 3-season span since we missed the COVID year, but Cole Ellis.
First pitch, healthy cut by Ellis. That one fouled against the cage. Cole reached on a 5-pitch walk, was stranded at second in inning number 2. So the go-ahead run in scoring position represented by Josh Walton. He has speed. And you know that Ellis loves going opposite field. If he pokes one in the outfield, could score the go-ahead run. Next pitch drops out of the zone. Count evens 1-1. We're in game 1 of our doubleheader today. We're squared at 2 apiece in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ellis turns on it, chops it towards third. Racy fields it cleanly and across the diamond for out number 3. Raiders get 2 back, though, and after 2.5 innings of play, it's 2-2. As we move into the bottom half of the third inning, we're now tied 2 apiece between Roane County and Doddridge County in the bottom of the third. The Raiders getting their 2 back to tie it in the top half of the third inning on just 1 base hit, but it was a big one. A 2 RBI double by senior left fielder Josh Walton, tying it at 2 apiece. 2 runs on 1 hit. A couple of errors were very important for the Raiders in that inning. And 1 left aboard. So to the bottom of the third we go. And for Doddridge, it will be hitters 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plates. Aiden Eddy will lead it off. He was hit by a pitch, the first one he saw in the top of the first inning. Made it all the way over to third before being stranded. As Lane Epling working into his third inning from the mound.
Eddy, he's a .353 hitter on the year. 14 RBIs, 3 Triples.
First pitch popped up third base side. Ash giving chase. That one, though, will be over near the football stadium. It's easy for me to say Eddie's been steady Eddie behind the plate.
That was too easy. But it's true.
0-1 pitch. Epling looking for the outside corner. That one missing just a bit outside. Count 1-1. Epling into the windup with the pitch. This one drops out of the zone. Eddie flinched at it. Did not swing. 2-1. I think that one may have caught the home plate umpire reaching for it. E-U.
E on the ump.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Uh-oh, and into the back of Eddie for the second time. He is aboard on another hit batter. And Epling, that's the one thing he struggled with today. That is hit batter number 4. And that's Eddie twice. I wouldn't make that young man mad. He looks big and mean.
Looks like a pretty stout kid.
Looked pretty mad when he got hit for the second time as well. So the leadoff runner aboard here in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up Racy, who finished off the last inning with a nice play at third. Epling checking at first with Ellis real quick. Racy popped up in the infield to Epling back in the first inning. First pitch upstairs, 1-0 count. Game 1 of 2 from this beautiful facility here in West Union, West Virginia. And it is a beautiful day. Healthy cut by Racy. Swing and a miss, 1-1. All turf field. And we could say that about every facility here. Right next to us on our left, the football stadium, and then up above, softball field. We were there for 2 on Tuesday.
They even got the turf field area for track and field events.
2-1 the count. They're going to build a softball press box next. Here comes the pitch. Popped up, foul out of play. And the count even at 2-2. This facility in total would rival any facility in West Virginia, regardless of class.
Absolutely. When you drive around the back of the school and look down over the hill and just see everything, it really is something.
Epling comes set. The 2-2 pitch. This one is ripped into left field. Moving back is Walton. He'll camp underneath it. He'll make the grab for out number 1.
Good job. Got a good read off of that one.
Batter for the Bulldogs, second baseman, number 17, Jacob Dehaven.
We'll bring up Dehaven. He had an RBI in the first inning on a single. Scored Pumphrey to begin the scoring for Doddridge County. Dehaven maybe trying to make up for a couple of errors in the top half of the third here. He'll square to bunt. They're going to send the runner. Epling steps off. He'll throw to second, but he throws it poorly. That's going to allow the runner to safely to second, and now the throw gets into the outfield. And a heads-up play by the catcher, Eddie, as he heads over to third, and that makes it a little bit better for Dehaven. Well, the Raiders, Matt, have had some problems with errors. That is number 4, and all of the errors have been throwing related.
Man, that one just one hopped. I think that was Green trying to come over and cover. That was just one hopped him. Tough play to make.
And Lane made the good play to begin with. He stepped off the rubber.
He recognized the situation quickly, just, didn't make a good enough throw. And then heads up base running for Eddie. He's all the way over now at third.
Go-ahead run is at third, as Matt says. 1 out and a 0-1 count to Dehaven. Epling sails this one wide, going to get to the backstop. Eddie, though, is going to stay put. Good hustle by Lance to get there quickly. 1-1 the count to Dehaven. We're in the bottom of the third, tied at 2 apiece. Doddridge got there 2 in the bottom of the first. So far, Roane County got theirs in the top half of this inning. Epling working from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch, that one high and tight to the second baseman, Dehaven. 2-1. Jared Jones in the on-deck circle. Game 1 of 2 here from Doddridge County High School. 2-1 offering. This one chopped towards short. This is going to be a tough play. Green on the run. Couldn't get it out of his glove. He still does, and it's scooped out by Ellis just in front of the foot of Dehaven. What a play by Ellis and by the sophomore shortstop, Preston Green.
Yeah, he didn't have time to get his feet set after he was, like you said, he was having trouble getting that ball out of the glove into the throwing hand. Good job just to stay with that one and get the out. You had to give up the run there. You really only had the one play.
And Dehaven makes up for it, Matt, with the sacrifice RBI scoring the go-ahead run. 3-2 the lead now. In the bottom of the third for Doddridge. 2 outs, nobody on, and Jared Jones looking at ball 1. Next pitch chopped down the third baseline, foul territory. 1-1. Jones grounded out to finish off inning number 1 over to Colt Ellis at first. 3-2 score, bottom third. Doddridge leading Roane County. Comes the 1-1 pitch. This one again over to Ellis, and he'll field it for the second straight time. A 3 unassisted ground out to end the third inning. 1 run across, though, and Doddridge moves ahead by 1. Roane County to the plate in the top of the 4th after this. We welcome you back inside the baseball complex at Doddridge County High School after 3 complete. It is the Bulldogs in front by 1, 3-2. Doddridge County getting 1 back to go ahead in the bottom of inning number 3. Another error defensively for Roane County causing problems, Matt. That's 4 in the first 3 innings, all throwing related for the Raiders. Of course, Doddridge has 2 throwing errors of their own, and all of those errors have cost both teams in terms of runs scoring. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on in the bottom of the 3rd. To the 4th we go, and Roane County will send 5, 6, 7 to the plate. Preston Green will lead it off, followed by Cam Ash and Braden Mullen. As Green steps in, he popped up to the third baseman, Racy, in the second inning, his first plate appearance. Dylan Knight ready to go to work here in the 4th. First pitch, Green swings and fouls it off the tip of the bat. Green's made a couple good plays in the infield, including the one that last inning. Struggling to get it out of his glove on a slow roller. And made enough of a good throw that Ellis had a chance and did scoop it. 0-1 pitch. This one ripped opposite field, but right at the right fielder as Tanner Blake took 3 steps backwards, Matt, 2.5, and stood there waiting for the pop fly out. Good piece of hitting, though, as Green went with it opposite field, just hit it right at the defender.
Yeah, made some solid contact. That one sounded good when it came off the bat, but, unfortunately just right at the defender.
So Cam Ash did not see a strike his first plate appearance, walked on 4 pitches, was forced out at second. And the first pitch of this at-bat also missing the strike zone. 1-0 the counts to the sophomore third baseman. Right into the windup. The pitch, this one ripped over at third, and that one sailed just away from Racy, and that will send Ash safely to first. I think Racy was in the right position, but that one had some serious movement on it, and he had his glove where he thought it was going to be. It ended up not there.
Yeah, it's just a hard hit ball. That's why they call it the hot corner.
And with my unofficial scoring, Braden Mullen to the plate.
Number 6, Braden Mullins.
And the junior checking in defensively in the second inning for the Raiders. And he'll get his first at-bats. First pitch missing inside. I like being an unofficial scorekeeper. I'm giving Cam Ash a single on that one, Matt.
We can be generous.
I like to be generous most times. 1-0 pitch from Knight. That one missing upstairs. 2-0 the count. 3-2, top of the fourth. Roane County trailing by 1.
It's probably a good thing Boots doesn't come with us on baseball. He'd give everybody an error.
Next pitch, good location, inside corner. Called strike 1. He would Jay Bennett me. That's what he would do. That's an inside joke for you and me as well. 2-1 to the junior Mullen. Ash conservative lead over at first. The pitch and a called strike again. Nasty movement in on the hands that time of Mullen. 2-2. Ian Lance in the on-deck circle here in the top of the fourth. And the 2-2 pitch. That one upstairs and away. Snap throw down from Eddie. Ash able to get back in front of the tag attempt by Spatafor. Full count to Mullen. Knight comes set from the stretch. The payoff pitch inside, and Mullen jumps out of the way. Raiders with the first 2 batters aboard after Green's pop fly out. First and second, and Lance coming to the plate. And Lance ripped that shot right at the shortstop. Sutton in his first plate appearance. It hit off the glove of Sutton. And Lance ended up making it aboard, but he was forced out as well in that third inning. First pitch of this at bat, Lance chops it towards third. Racy, a double play opportunity, steps on the bag. Airmails the throw. That's going to get into the outfield. That's going to send Mullen over to third. Unfortunately for the Raiders, they'll not be able to get any runs scored on it as Racy makes the first play, and that's, I guess, the most important one, trying to get that lead runner. On the wild throw, Mullen all the way over to third. Still, though, 2 outs now.
At the plate, number 8.
Yeah, if you're Doddridge County, you're okay with that. You didn't allow a run scored there. You still got 2 outs now and a chance to get yourself out of the inning.
Lance aboard first on the fielder's choice, Russell May. They're going to send Greathouse there, and I didn't see Greathouse step in there. And Shad got a great jump, so that will take away the force at first, second. And Russell May now, the senior, has a chance to play the hero with runners at scoring position. Roane County trailing 3-2. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. The 1-0 pitch sails upstairs, 2-0 to Russ. Russ reached on an error in the third, his first plate appearance. Top of the order awaits for Roane County, trailing 3-2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-1. Roane County a game behind the Bulldogs in the LKC East. Roane County 4-4, Doddridge 5-3. We've got 2 of them here today. 2-1 pitch. May pops this one foul side, and that one will go out of play. 2-2. So Russ going to have to protect the plate here with 2 strikes. If Roane County wants to get back to at least tied here, they'll have to get Mullen from third. Greathouse with wheels at second.
You'd love to see Russ be able to slap something into the outfield.
There comes the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss as Knight drops the hook, and he will strike out Russell May. That's the first strikeout of the game for Knight. It comes at a big time. 3-2 your score into the bottom of the fourth. Doddridge to the plate after this. As we move into the bottom of inning number 4 here in game 1 of our doubleheader from Doddridge County High School, it's Roane County trailing Doddridge 3-2. Raiders had a pair of base runners aboard in that 4th inning. No damage done, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on. These two teams have combined today, Matt, for just 3 base hits total. Unfortunately for both teams, they have combined for 7 errors. And that has been the difference in scoring for both teams.
Yeah, and those miscues have been throwing errors, and like you said, it's really what's made this a 3-2 ball game. Roane County not able to capitalize in the top of the 4th inning, so we'll see if the Doddridge County Bulldogs look to extend their lead, or can Roane County hold serve.
It will be hitters 8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the 4th, led off by the first baseman, Ian Spatafor. He walked on a full count and moved over to third on an error in that 2nd inning before being stranded. Epling ready to go to work here in the 4th. He'll rock and fire a fastball over the middle. Spatafor looks on for strike 1. 0-1 opportunity. This one hops the catcher, Lance. I don't like that Bull Durham style. Quit throwing so many strikes. Strikeouts are boring. Besides that, they're fascist. Throw some ground balls. It's more democratic. Keep me guessing, too. 1-1 the counts. Into the windup goes Epling. Fires inside corner. Spatafor. Ooh. Fouls that one off of the home plate umpire. And he is checking his life decisions right now. That one caught the home plate umpire clean. Coaching staffs coming out to check on the home plate umpire. He says, I'm okay, just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Not sure where that hit him. You just knew as soon as it did, he turned and doubled over in some serious pain.
Yeah, those guys are wearing protective equipment as well, but sometimes those balls just sneak through, get through the seams, and catch you in places that it's not fun for anyone.
Well, home plate umpire says, let's play ball. I'm good.
Hey, you don't get behind the plate if you're not tough.
He's still not quite 100%, though. He's still walking it off. I'm not sure where that hit the home plate umpire, but it did not feel good. He's limping a bit. Maybe got him on the ankle, foot somewhere.
Inside of the knee or inside of the ankle. Or
we can speculate all day. It doesn't matter. 1-2 the count to Spatafor. Epling into the windup.
Stay in there.
Curveball, that one poked foul first base side. Hits the top of the Raider dugout. And the count remains 1-2. In the bottom of the 4th we are, 3-2. Doddridge leading Roane County in game 1 by a run. Another 1-2 pitch, curveball, and Spatafor turns on it and laces it into center field. He'll get to first, and he will stay right there with the leadoff single. Really put a turn on that inside pitch.
He just got a real good jump on that when he saw the ball beautifully as soon as it came off the hand of Epling.
And we'll bring up hitter number 9, Tanner Blake. He was called out on a foul bunt with 2 strikes as he was trying to score Spatafor from third. First opportunity of this at-bat, rides high and tight, little chin music. 1-0 counts.
We kind of thought coming in this would be a pretty good matchup for both of these teams. Very comparable as far as like wins and losses against common opponents, and so far that's been the case.
Epling misses low, 2-0 to Blake. Leadoff single by Spatafor. He's at first. Here comes the 2-0 pitch down Main Street, called strike 1. Top of the order for the Bulldogs. Awaits on deck in the pitcher, Dylan Knight. Epling in the defense trying to hold Doddridge to within 1. Here's a bunt attempt beautifully laid by Blake. Ash is going to have to hustle this throw. He'll make the play and then hustle back to third to keep Spatafor at second. Blake does his job. He'll sacrifice the runner along into scoring position. 1 out.
That's what you need when you get that leadoff hitter on. You try to move him around, get in scoring position. This has been a tight ball game so far, 3-2 lead for Doddridge, and you're trying to get a couple of more insurance runs as we get about midway through this ball game.
Knight stepping to the plate, 0 for 1 officially. And the first offering from Epling missing a little bit tight. 1-0 the counts. Knight led off with a ground ball to the shortstop, Preston Green. Hit by a pitch, his second at bat. 1-0 pitch. This one's ripped into right center field. Moving over is Collins. He'll get to it first, and that will advance Spatafor over to third. That was a lot of turf for Collins to cover, and that's why, Matt, he's out in center field with his wheels.
You got to have some speed if you're going to play out in center. Good job getting to that one and getting the ball in quickly as well, because Spatafor got a good jump off of that one to get to third. You got to get that relay in to keep the guy from coming home.
So Knight sacrifices the runner to third, and that'll bring up Dawson Pumphrey. He is 0 for 2 today. First pitch fouled off. He struck out in the first inning, but an error on the wild pitch on that swing ended up putting him on the base paths, and he scored the first run of the game. Grounded out to Epling on that tremendous play in the second inning. 0-1 the count. Over the middle he goes, and this one's popped just over the head into shallow right field. And that will be an RBI single for Dawson Pumphrey, scoring Spatafor from third. And 1 insurance run across here in the bottom of the fourth to give the Bulldogs a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, it was just a good piece of hitting. Went with it, drove it into right field just enough. Get himself an RBI single. 4-2 now the lead for the Bulldogs.
And the shortstop, Colt Sutton, brings his bat to the plate, and he'll look at strike 1. He is, again, a mammoth hitter, 370 on the season. He's 0 for 2 today, reached on an error. Got hit by a pitch and scored on an error in the first. Grounded out to Cam Ash in the second. And he'll chase some high heat that time, and he shakes his head knowing that was probably not the one to swing at. Hey, I'm with you, buddy. I've done that numerous times in my old career. Surprised I didn't get benched for it. I think there was nobody else behind me. That was the only reason.
You would be thankful there wasn't anybody.
0-2. Epling comes to the plate, and that one missing upstairs. 1-2 to Sutton. Raiders trailing here in the bottom of the fourth now in game 1, 4-2. On the RBI single from Pumphrey, who was at first. Big lead over there at first. Epling will come to the plate. That one low and away, and that's going to offer Pumphrey an easy slide into second. 2-2 the counts to the batter, Sutton. Sutton with 3 home runs, 4 triples, 5 doubles. Just a sophomore. 2-2 pitch. Shepling misses this one low. Good stop behind the plate. But the count now is full at 3-2. The cleanup hitter, Aiden Eddy, in the on-deck circle, and he's been plunked twice today. Here comes the payoff pitch, and that one ripped foul, first base side. And we'll do it again with a 3-2 count.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to leave anything up in the zone, anything out over the plate with Sutton. 3 home runs on the year, 4 triples, 5 doubles.
It's a tough out at the plate for any pitcher. Epling comes set. Gives a quick look to Pumphrey. The 3-2 pitch, high and tight. That one swung on. Chopped towards third. Ash fields it cleanly and across the diamond for out number 3. Roane County gives up another, though, and they trail by 2 as we move into the 5th inning, 4-2 Doddridge. We welcome you back to Doddridge County High School at the baseball facility. We've got 4 in the books, and we got a good one here in game 1 of our doubleheader, a pair of LKC East opponents. Separated by 1 game at the moment. It is Doddridge County 5-3 in the East, Roane County 4-4. And we've got 2, so a lot of shuffling could be done. At the moment, though, the Bulldogs leading 4-2. They added an insurance run in the bottom of the 4th on 2 base hits for the first time, Matt. 0 errors in the inning for a Roane County defense. That's a good sign, hopefully, of things to come, and 1 left on base. Raiders approach the top of the 5th with the top of the order. 1, 2, 3. Epling, Scafella, and Walton due up first. Lane in this one reached on a fielder's choice. His last plate appearance ended up scoring a run on that 2 RBI double by Josh Walton. He grounded out to Sutton at short in the first, so he is 0 for 2 officially. As Dylan Knight working into the 5th inning. First pitch upstairs, 1-0 counts. Next offering looking for the outside and missing low. 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. Leadoff batter, Epling. Knight comes with the next offering, hits the plate, though, 3-0. We've seen Knight a couple of times here with a couple of batters in a row struggle with some control. It hasn't really burned him too much, though. Got a lot of defensive plays behind him. Just 1 strikeout for Sutton, and Epling has the stop sign on the 3-0. As Knight fires one over the plate. 3-1.
Knight was really solid in that first inning. Second inning struggled a little bit with control. They were able to get out of that one without any damage done. Now a 3-2 count as that one hits the inside corner.
So Epling ready to go here with a full count. Knight into the windup. Here comes the payoff pitch, popped up. First base side into shallow right field. Could be a tough play coming over in foul territory. A lot of ground to cover for the junior right fielder Tanner Blake, and he makes the play.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Popped up high in the sky. Sun's starting to set over here on the third base side, so it's pointing right toward the right side fielders. And just good hustle, able to make that catch.
Bring up the senior scaff, we call him, Scafella. First pitch, swings this one, pops it up in the left side of the infield. Sutton trying to call off the third baseman, Racy. Racy said, I'm bigger. So he takes it.
He's got a much better mullet, too, does Racy.
Absolutely.
Sutton's got a nice one, but
he's got a starter kit mullet.
It is a starter mullet.
Racy's is a full-on flowing locks mullet. We've seen some good ones in our careers.
I feel like there's just more to come.
Oh, yeah, the mullet has made a return fully. Josh Walton had the big bat, scoring the 2 runs. He'll swing at the first pitch, though. This time rips it to the second baseman and over to first goes Dehaven. A 3-up, 3-down, quick top of the 5th for the Raider offense. We move to the bottom half of inning number 5, 4-2 Doddridge. Moving into the bottom of inning number 5, we are still close. It's Doddridge by 2. 4-2 is your score. Roane County goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th inning. And we move to the bottom half with 4, 5, and 6 approaching the plate. Lane Epling still on the bump for the Raiders. Both Epling and Knight have been, I'll just call them serviceable pitchers here today. They've let their defense make some plays behind them. Yeah, and that's why we're close.
Yeah, you don't have to be an overpowering strikeout pitcher to be effective. And, both these guys, if it wasn't for some throwing errors, by the defense for both of these teams, other than that, the pitchers have pitched pretty well, other than the four hit batters.
Yes. Epling and Knight each with just 1 strikeout here today. And the one for Epling was a wild pitch strikeout that ended up with a runner scoring anyway. So in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be 4, 5, 6, catcher Aiden Eddy. And I dare say that Epling probably shouldn't hit Eddy. This will be the 3rd time if he did. Eddy's about to take offense to it.
I think he took offense after the second one.
First pitch upstairs of this at-bat. Eddy was stranded at 3rd in the 1st inning after being hit and then scored on a wild pitch in the 3rd. 1-0 pitch down the middle, chopped towards 3rd. Ash backhands it. He'll fire it all the way across the diamond, and a good stab by Ellis for out number 1. A lot of plays here defensively. That is the 4th putout by Cam Ash at 3rd.
I was just going to say he's doing a really good job over there at 3rd, making some good fielding plays and then making a nice strong throw.
Yeah, it's half the battle at 3rd is making the play, but then you've got that really long throw over. So Hunter Racy to the plate. Popped out in the 1st to the pitcher. And then popped out once again in the 3rd. Hit a line drive right to the left fielder, Walton. First pitch of the 3rd at bat upstairs. 1-0 offering. Inside corner called strike.
That was a nice little breaking pitch. Just kind of trailed back in on the hands. Just froze the batter.
Epling into the windup with the 1-1. That one low and away. 2-1. We're 1 hour and 20 minutes in to this first of 2. Moving right along, we're in the bottom of the 5th. Looking for the outside corner is Epling, just missing. Body language says he thought that was a strike. 3-1 to Racy.
I think my grumble affirmed that.
See if Epling can fight back. He does. Throws a strike. Popped up into very shallow left center field. Collins trying to find it and cannot. Boy, he covered again a ton of ground. But coming straight in on that one, he could not find it in the sky, and that will drop in for the bloop single.
Next batter for the Bulldogs, second baseman, number 17,
It was in that
Jacob
no
Dehaven.
man's land between center, left, and short. Tough play to have made. I mean, generally you want to give that one to your outfielder who's coming in and can probably be able to get a beat on that one a little bit better, but that one was pretty shallow. Green may have been able to make a better play on it, but tough play to make anywhere you're coming from.
Well, that may be the reason for the meeting at the mound. Coach Buddy Huffman not talking specifically to anyone but his middle infielders right now. And then just trying to settle everybody down. Again, you've got one out in the bottom of the fifth. Runner on first. Are they going to make a change here, though? Epling moving off of the diamond, so they may be making a change in the bottom of the fifth. And Coach Buddy Huffman going to come down to the home plate umpire, and I think that may be it for Epling, I tell you. Other than the 4 hit batters, Matt, he did not pitch poorly in this one.
No, I don't think you can hang your head too much there. I mean, other than, like you said, those 4 plunkings, I mean, you've been pretty effective, and you only give up, the base runner here now in the bottom of the fifth, trailing 4-2.
As
Could
we
be
see,
a pitch count thing maybe as
it's
well.
possible, yep. Got a lot of games this week, Matt. Again, there's still one tomorrow and one on Saturday, so Epling may just have been on a simple pitch count, unable to go any further. We got a new pitcher coming in, and we'll take a look at who it is after these messages. It is the bottom of the fifth, 1 out, 1 on, and Roane County trailing 4-2. We'll be back. We welcome you back to Doddridge County High School in the baseball facility here. Just talking about how wonderful this facility is. We are in probably the nicest press box we've ever been in. And it's very comfortable, air-conditioned and heated. Great opportunity for us to broadcast a doubleheader. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Roane County trailing 4-2 with 1 out and a runner on first. And we've got a new pitcher. And it'll be the sophomore Gage Saunders coming to the bump for the Raiders in relief of Epling, who pitched well in this one. First batter he'll see will be the second baseman, Jacob Dehaven. He has 2 RBIs today. Had an RBI single in the first and a sac RBI in the third inning. And the first pitch from Saunders upstairs. 1-0. Matt, we saw Saunders get the start a couple of games ago, and boy, he impressed us at least.
Yeah, he pitched very well against Parkersburg Catholic last Friday. Did a really good job of finding the strike zone and hitting corners, and see how he goes here. Just a sophomore, so it's one of those arms you're going to be counting on for the next couple of years.
1-0 pitch, missing just a little bit low on that outside corner. We saw a few young arms that game, not just him, but we also got a chance to see Noah Lance. We got to see Tyson Watson, Nate Martin all come in and play some or get some pitching in. And
Did you just throw out Noah Lance?
I did throw out. Did I say Noah Lance? Oh, my goodness.
We got to see
Noah Jet.
We got to see pitch Braden Mullen. We also got to see Nate Martin. And then Noah Jet came in the final inning.
And all youngsters. Oldest of the group was the junior Mullen. And the first batter for Gage Saunders, he'll lose to nothing but balls. That will advance Racy to second. Runners at first and second, bottom of the fifth. And just one out. That'll bring to the plate the center fielder, Jared Jones. He doesn't like Colt Ellis right now. He has grounded out to the first baseman twice unassisted. First pitch that he'll see against Saunders is inside. So Saunders just needs a little settle down here. Working from the stretch. 1-0 pitch to Jones, and that will help. He'll fire one over the middle for strike one.
Yeah, Coach Buddy Huffman was very complimentary of Gage in a lot of, some JV contests, the way he's been coming along as a pitcher. And good to see him getting some varsity time again.
Here's one. Squared to bunt, popped up down the third baseline. I think Jones got a lot more of that bunt than he wanted. Almost popped it out of play. 1-2 the count now. Just trying to move runners here in this bottom of the fifth. 4-2. Doddridge got that extra insurance run back in inning number 3, making it 4-2. Sorry, in the fourth. I apologize. The 1-2 pitch called strike on the outside corner, and Saunders gets his first out by way of K.
Coming to the plate, first baseman.
Always have trouble writing the backwards Ks.
Well, that's good. That means you're not dyslexic.
Ian Spatafor to the plates. Walked and moved on with an error in the second inning. Scored after a single in the fourth. First pitch from Saunders. That one sent towards Green, and Preston slides over to make the grab on the line drive for out number 3. So Saunders checks in as the pitcher, and he retires the batters that he needs for out number 3. To the 6th we go. Roane County down 4-2. We welcome you back to Doddridge County High School after 5 complete innings. It is Doddridge 4 and Roane County 2. Gage Saunders, the relief pitcher, coming in to replace Lane Epling, who had a nice outing. Gets the first batter walked on 4 pitches and then able to get a strikeout of Jones and then a line drive put out of Spatafor on a hard hit shot to the shortstop. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. And Roane County into the top of the 6th. 2 more plate appearances is all they have. They'll see 4, 5, and 6 here. Colt Ellis to lead it off. Ellis is 0 for 1. He walked in the second and then grounded out to third in the third. As Knight drops the hook on the first pitch on the inside corner.
That was a nice one, kind of a 12-6. It was up around the eyes as it was coming in, and Just fell right over the plate.
Knight working into the top of the 6th inning for Doddridge. He's also been quite effective, getting a lot of defensive help behind him as well. 0-1 count. That one just missing on the outside. 1-1. Now to the leadoff, Ellis, here in the top of the 6th. And the 1-1 pitch, Ellis turns on it, rips it into the gap, left center field. Moving over is the left fielder. And boy, Landon Parrish, the freshman, had some trouble finding that one at the last second. Just at the last split second, he found it in the air for out number 1. Ellis got underneath that one just a bit, Matt.
Yeah, I wasn't able to quite line that one out. It's unfortunate because it was in a good location. Yeah, like I said, you got to give Parrish over there and left a lot of credit. He had some ground to cover and did a good job to recover there at the end.
Preston Green now to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Pair of pop flyouts, one to third, and one on a hard hit shot right at the right fielder. First pitch from Knight of this at bat, upstairs, 1-0 the counts. And this time it goes low, 2-0 now. 2 in the bottom of the first for Doddridge. Roane County got 2 back to tie it in the top of the third. Bottom of the third, Doddridge got 1 to take the lead, and back again in the bottom of the fourth. They got 1 more. Insurance run to make it 4-2. 3-0 the count as Knight misses low yet again to Green. In the on-deck circle is Cam Ash. And the 3-0 pitch, take sign for Green, and Knight offers up a fastball on a silver plate. 3-1 now to Green. Still a hitter's count. Next pitch, and he'll swing at this one. This is chopped very, very shallow center field, and the wheels of Jared Jones getting all the way into shallow right center and making the grab for out number 2. I said Ethan Collins was fast, so is Jared Jones.
Yeah, had to cover a ton of ground to get to that one and made a really nice play. You could tell he got a huge jump on that one as soon as it came off the bat of Green.
2 up, 2 down. A pair of pop fly outs to the left and center fielder. Going to bring up Cam Ash. Ash 1 for 1. Swings at the first pitch off the end of the bat, first base dugout side. Ash walked on 4 pitches in the second, was forced out at second on a play. Singled, but was forced out in the 4th inning at third. He'd like to make it home one time when he's on the base paths.
Yeah, done a good job of getting on base, just hasn't been able to find his way around the horn.
Boy, nice hook there by Knight. He pulled a little off, and Ash was out in front. 0-2 now. Raiders have gone down 1-2-3 in the 1st and 5th, trying to avoid it here in inning number 6 as they trail by 2. The windup, the pitch popped out of play as Ash stays alive. Two teams will square off again following this game. Roane County's got 2 more this week. They'll travel to Parkersburg Catholic tomorrow and then to Hoover on Saturday.
That's always a tough place to go. Hoover, one of the top programs, in the local area.
Another 0-2 pitch, hanging curveball at the eyes.
Good job to lay off of that one. That would have been, one of those kind of junk pitches that you were trying to get a guy to chase after. Cam didn't fall for it.
Knight into the windup. Here's the 1-2. Ash fouls it off. And the sophomore will stay alive to see another one. Braden Mullen on deck for Roane County. Knight into the windup. The 1-2. This one fouled off the shoulder of Eddie. Ran off that protective pad. Ash with a nice at-bat here, fighting off some pitches. Trying to find one that he can drive in fair territory away from a green jersey.
Yeah, Roane County's done a good job of getting contact on the ball. They're just hitting it right at the defenders.
1-2, lays off on the curveball, and boy, just a a little fast on the swing. That one ripped right down the line. Just goes to the left of the third base bag. Yeah, the at-bat continues, and the battle continues between Knight and Cam Ash. Base is empty, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th, and Roane County trails Doddridge 4-2. Here comes the windup in the pitch, hanging curveball over the head of Ash. 2-2 now. Sometimes these at-bats will wear on a pitcher. It's like, what do I have to do to get this kid out?
Yeah, just doing a good job of nice little battle here at the plate for Cam Ash.
2-2 pitch, fastball. This one's chopped into shallow right center field. Moving over is the freshman the junior Tanner Blake, and he'll make the grab. How about this? FO7, FO8, FO9. That's how it's written in the book. 3 up, 3 down. As we move to the bottom of the 6th, Doddridge leading 4-2. Moving into the bottom of inning number 6, we've still got a close one here from Doddridge County High School in our first of 2. Appreciate you all joining us on our 3 avenues for this doubleheader. WVRC 104.7 FM, WVRCFM.com streaming audio, and of course on our Facebook Live feed, streaming audio and video. I'm Andrew Miller, Matt White right beside me pulling double duty today. Color commentator, camera person. George Allen is our studio technician. Roane County goes 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th. Interestingly, the 4, 5, 6 hitters went pop fly 7, pop fly 8, pop fly 9. Very odd. Third time Knight and the defense has retired. Roane County 3 up, 3 down. So Tanner Blake, who finished it off in the top of the 6th, steps to the plate. Called out on a foul bunt with 2 strikes in the 2nd, and then had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. 4-2, Doddridge leading here in the bottom of the 6th. Next pitch from Saunders, ripped back up the middle for the single. Saunders laid one over the middle of the plate with that fastball, and Blake delivers with the leadoff single.
Yeah, just laid back on that one, drove it right up the middle. About as easy as it comes. So see if the sophomore Saunders continue to battle here. He had a nice 2/3 of an inning the last time up.
Hits have been in a premium today. Just 7 combined hits for both of these teams as the leadoff man, Knight, steps in, swings at the first pitch, and rips it opposite field into right field, and Scafella sends it in quickly, but back-to-back base hits to lead off the bottom of the 6th. And that will put the Bulldogs into prime position here with a 2-run lead in the latter innings. Dawson Pumphrey, the DH, to the plate. He's got 1 of those hits. An RBI single in the 4th that scored Spatafor. Struck out in the 1st, but reached on that wild pitch and scored. First pitch over the middle. They're swinging at him. Here's one popped up into shallow center field. Nobody calling it. And that one will drop in. Nobody on the base paths either. That's going to advance runners. So things looking very similar to spring training Cleveland Indians in Major League right there, Matt. Just nobody communicating, and they were all around the baseball. It just dropped in between everyone.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is everyone was back trying to cover that ball. Nobody was covering second base bag. That would have been an easy put out. Instead, it advances both runners.
So things immediately difficult here. Let's see how the sophomore Gage Saunders responds. 3 straight base hits, bases loaded, bottom of the 6th, nobody out, and a 4-2 Doddridge lead. Sutton looks off at the first pitch, high and tight. Second delivery, swing and a foul ball, chopped over to third.
It's probably the last guy you want to see up here at the plate, too.
Sutton was hit by a pitch in the first, scored on an error, and then grounded out twice to the third baseman, Cam Ash. 1-1 pitch. That one, a little bit of dome music. Sideways mullet. Or not mullet, sideways mohawk. I got mullet in the brain right now.
Well, it's pretty easy to do. There's a whole lot of them floating around the state and around the country.
And you can see that starter kit mullet coming out the back of the helmet of Sutton. It's got a little fluff to it.
Mm-hmm.
In the future, maybe a year from now. He's only a sophomore. By the time he's a senior, Matt, it will be an epic mullet.
That thing will be glorious by the time a couple more years rolls around.
2-1 the count. Sepling has a quick meeting with his sophomore pitcher. Bases loaded here. Saunders comes with a 2-1 pitch. Ooh. Outside corner. Sutton swung hard, fouled it against the cage. Count evens at 2 apiece.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. You want to try to leave them down in the zone. You know, if you're going to miss, you either want to miss low or you want to miss way high. You definitely don't want to leave anything out over the plate.
First and third playing in. They're going to go home. Infielders at double play depth. Another one swung hard at. Sutton fouls it away. Roane County can ill afford to give away a lot of runs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah,
they'll have just one plate appearance remaining.
Yeah, and the offense has been struggling to find the holes in the defense.
Here comes a 2-2 offering. Boy, that was close to plunking Sutton on the arm. He just turned away from it. The count now full, 3-2. Nowhere to put Sutton. The payoff pitch just missing low. I like the location, Matt.
Yeah, if you're going to miss, you want to miss low. And you're hoping that maybe if it is a little bit low, a little bit outside, that you'll get Sutton to chase it, but it lays off, and that'll walk home another run. So 5-2, Bulldogs up on your Raiders.
And the catcher, Aiden Eddy, swings at the first pitch, turns on it, rips it down the line. It's deep. Will it stay fair? It will not. That one just kept turning to the left and ended up in foul territory. Good piece of the baseball, though, off the bat of Eddy. Just a long, long strike. And you go back to that Sutton play. You don't want to leave one over the middle for that guy. So maybe the best case scenario was just to give up one run there. Here comes the 0-1. That one missing inside. And Eddie's already been hit by a couple of pitches. He'd just be used to that by now. Count evens at 1-1. Bases loaded, no one out here. Bottom of the 6th, now 5-2 Doddridge. 1-1 pitch, just missing inside. Count moves to 2-1. Hunter Racy, the third baseman, on deck. Raiders in the top of the 7th will have the bottom of their order coming to the plate. Mullen, Lance, and May. Actually, be Mullen, Saunders, and May. Saunders coming in to pitch, replacing officially Lance. 3-1 the counts. Saunders in a jam here. 3-1 pitch and a nice delivery out over the plate. Eddie goes swinging. Full count.
Yeah, tough spot.
Saunders from the stretch. The payoff pitch missing high and tight, and back-to-back walks with bases loaded will advance another runner home. Dylan Knight will score. And the lead now 6-2. And that's going to draw a meeting and possibly a quick hook for Coach Buddy Huffman, as he's calling on Scafella from right field to at least come in. Now, will he come in to pitch?
Yeah, he's getting rid of the gloves underneath. And they're just going to swap That's going to send Saunders out to right and Scafella into the mound.
So we got a new pitcher for Roane County, Andrew Scafella, the senior, and we'll take a break while he takes his warm-up pitches. Tough to come into this one. It is bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning with Doddridge leading 6-2. We welcome you back inside Doddridge County High School's baseball facility. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a short outing it was for the sophomore Gage Saunders. He came in relief in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. He was able to, after walking his first batter, strike out and get out of the inning with a ground or a pop fly out. But in the 6th inning, it was a tough start for Saunders. Gave up back-to-back singles to Tanner Blake, Dylan Knight, and Dawson Pumphrey, and following that he walked 2 batters, both on full counts. Colt Sutton followed by Aiden Eddy, and that scored 2 runs. So officially for Saunders, just 2/3 inning of work. He struck out 1, walked 3, gave up 3 base hits, and at the moment he is responsible for 2 earned runs, but he is also responsible for all 3 on the base paths at the moment. The new pitcher, the lefty, and the senior, Andrew Scafella. We saw him a lot, Matt, last year, but you and I have not seen him on the bump yet this year. He had a big victory, obviously, in that victory over Gilmer County 10-5, but that's the only time we've seen him this year. So an opportunity for us to see the lefty. Hunter Racy digs in first, and Scaff fires one on the outside corner for strike 1. Racy 1 for 3. Popped out in the 1st and 3rd. Singled in the 5th. The tough relief position to be in. Bases loaded and nobody out. Racy rips one right at my face. Foul territory. Thank goodness there is fencing and hopefully triple-paned bulletproof glass right in front of me. 0-2 the count to Racy.
We got at least 2 panes because you got 2 windows slid over in front. So
Scaff into the windup, the 0-2. That one sails high and away. Good stab by Epling. As you got speed at 3rd in Pumphrey. 1-2 the count. Scaff takes a big deep breath. The windup, the 1-2, a curveball that drops. No, I thought that was going to be a called strike 3. That one dropped beautifully from our vantage point on the outside corner. May have been a bit high, though.
Yeah, it definitely caught the corner, but it may have stayed up in the zone a little bit. That was a nice-looking pitch, though.
2-2 the counts. Here comes the next one to Racy, and that one stays away as well. 3-2 now. So Scaff's got to buckle down. Don't want to offer Racy anything over the plate, though. See if you can get another one of those curveballs to find the mark. Here comes the payoff pitch. The curveball finds the mark. It's launched into shallow left field. Moving in is Walton. He's got good arms. Looked like the runner left early. The throw home is in time. Just a little bit high, but I'm telling you what, I think Blake left early, and Cam Ash is saying it. Cam Ash is going to throw. He wants to throw over to 3rd.
Crossing the plate for the Bulldogs, number 7, Dawson Pumphrey.
Ash said he went early, and I thought maybe he did, Matt. We'll check and see. Boy, that was a tremendous throw. You know Walton's got great arm strength out there, and he threw a diamond right to Epling at the plate.
batter for the Bulldogs, number 17, Jacob Dehaven.
And Epling's going to argue, though, that he, was able to block that plate, the slide attempt.
If I'm Cam Ash, I am calling on Scafella to throw the ball to me. I'm telling you, I was looking right at Pumphrey, and he took off early. The question is, will Ash get attention from anybody? He was over there saying, hey, guys, hey.
And Buddy Huffman come out to have a little conference with the ump as well, and it's going to look like everything's going to stand.
So Ash doesn't get his way. Sorry there, Cam. I was trying for you, buddy. So 1 out is at least made. Fielder's choice there for Hunter Racy. Boy, that was, again, a tremendous throw by Walton. We knew that could be close if he threw it on line, and he did. First pitch to Dehaven, right down the middle for strike one. Scaff rocks and fires. Ooh, a little tight that time on the second baseman. Count evens at 1 apiece.
A little sweet chin music on that one. Trying to bring it back across the plate and into the inside and just left that one up.
Second and third here with now 1 out, 7-2 the lead for Doddridge in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch ripped opposite field by Dehaven in foul territory. Count moves to 1-2. Roane County picked a tough time to give up some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Raiders will have 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate when they get to the top of the 7th. At the moment, they need 5 to tie. Scaff from the stretch. Drops a curve. Dehaven pokes it foul third base side. And the count remains 1-2. Jared Jones in the on-deck circle for Doddridge. These two teams will do it again here following this first game. At the moment, Roane County a game behind in the East, 4-4. 5-3 are Doddridge. That's poor English. Is Doddridge, is that correct? We'll talk about it later. Got a 2-hour trip on the way home. Here comes the pitch, and a called strike at the knees. Big strikeout for Scafella. And that will register 2 outs now in the inning.
That one had a ton of movement to it. Wasn't sure if he was going to get the call. It looked like it was right at the knee line, but excellent pitch. Great job battling back. Now Roane County just get one more.
And Jared Jones coming to the plate. He's made a couple of phenomenal defensive plays, covering ground out there in center field. He has ripped a pair of ground outs to the first baseman, Ellis, and then struck out looking in the 5th. 0 for 3 officially. 1-0 on this one. He'll swing at the next offering. Fouled against the cage. Count moves to 1-1. Jones, the 8th batter of the inning for this Doddridge team. They started off with 3 straight base hits. A pair of walks backing that up with a pair of runs. And now Scafella in trying to limit the damage. The pitch missing low and inside. Jones ahead in the count, 2-1. 7-2, bottom 6, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for the Bulldogs. And the 2-1 pitch, outside corner called, strike 2. Good location on that one.
Those curveballs and stuff from Scafella, he's doing a really good job of placing them right along the outside corners.
Scaff shakes off the first couple of calls from Epling. Gets what he wants. The 2-2 pitch, curveball popped up foul, and Jones will stay alive. The count remains 2-2. Ian Spatafor in the on-deck circle for the Bulldogs. Scaff comes set from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Well, I tell you, that was 2 good things. A great pitch on the inside corner, and Jones fighting that off on the wrists, fouling it away.
Yeah, it was tough when it moved way in on the hands. Good location on the pitch and a good job to fight it off. And
so another 2-2 pitch coming here.
Roane County still trying to get out of the jam.
The pitch, curveball, chopped towards the shortstop. This is going to be a tough play. Green better hustle. Jones has wheels, and Jones beats the throw. He hit it just softly enough with Green playing a little bit deep. And as soon as that went off the bat, I was like, uh-oh. This guy is the opposite of slow.
Yeah, and the bad of it is when you got 2 outs, everybody on the base paths is running, so 2 more runs are going to score on that infield single by Jones.
Yeah, give him 2 RBIs. Plating Sutton and Eddie.
Bulldogs with a 9-2 lead now here, bottom of the 6th.
Gosh, that kid's fast. I know his dad's in the building right now, but I'm kind of glad that he's not going to be here next year, just as a personal thing.
I think they're going to
something going on here.
maybe
Did we get a balk from Scafella?
I think it was a balk from Scafella.
Scaff getting a little frustrated. He better be careful. This home plate umpire is giving him the eye there. Home plate umpire called a balk while we were talking about Jones's wheels and the fact that he's graduating. So he's at second now, and Spatafor has a runner in scoring position. 9-2 now the lead, so the toughness gets even tougher for Roane County, and they're going to need 7 at the moment in the top of the 7th.
Still got to get out of this bottom of the 6th, though.
Yeah, Spatafor. Next pitch upstairs, good stab, ice cream cone catch there by Epling. Spatafor walked in the 2nd inning, singled and scored in the 4th, and ripped a line drive to Preston Green in that 5th in a really nice play. 9th batter of the inning for the Bulldogs, 2-0 the count. Next pitch called, strike on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Tanner Blake on the on-deck circle. He led off the inning with that single and has now turned into a 5-run inning for Doddridge. The pitch, this one ripped up the middle. Can Collins get to it? No. That one will drop in, and Jones is going to come home to score. It is now 10-2 Doddridge County.
Like I said, we got to try to get out of this one because 2 more, you've got the winning run at the plate now.
Yep, the potential winning run here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th is Tanner Blake. He led off the inning with the single. Ripped that one right up the guts on Saunders. He ended up scoring on the RBI walk by Colt Sutton. Now 6 runs have crossed here in this 6th inning. 1-0 the count to Blake. Scaff fires one. This is right at the second baseman, Mullen, and it goes right through the wickets. Oh, and the frustration for Scafella continues. You can see in his body language. I think that balk is still in his head, Matt. He's got to settle down. If I'm Coach Buddy Huffman, I take a meeting at the mound here to try to settle Scaff down because he is obviously very, very upset.
Well, I mean, frustration abound here in this inning. You know, started early when Saunders was in, and you know you had that bloop single over the middle that everybody converged on, and nobody covered the bag, and you couldn't get an out there. That could have been one of those plays that's just continued to add up here for Roane County.
We're back to the top of the order. Here's a ground ball towards Green. He'll field it cleanly and into the glove of Mullins, and that will finish off the inning. So that's balk, and that's error. Did not cost Roane County at the end. What did, though, was 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be 8 for Roane County in the 7th, or else they will drop the first of 2. See if they can do it after this. We welcome you back inside of Doddridge County High School's baseball facility. We're into the top of the 7th. It was close enough that you felt okay, Matt, after the 5th inning. Roane County only trailing 4-2. Would have only needed 2 runs to tie here in the 7th, but it was a rough bottom of the 6th defensively for the Raiders, as it all ends up with 6 runs on 5 base hits. 1 error defensively for the Raiders and 2 batters left on base for Doddridge. So now the molehill to climb becomes Mount Everest. 8 runs is what Roane County will need, and they're going to stick with Dylan Knight, and they'll see if he can make the complete game of it. Roane County, obviously, Matt, you need base runners, number 1. You got 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate. It'll be led off by Braden Mullen. Knight rocks and fires, and that first pitch missing inside. It'll be Mullen, followed by Gage Saunders, who again came in relief of Epling. He's out in right field now. Escafella has taken over defensively. Nice pitch by Knight. Drops the curveball right over the plate. 1-1 the count. Mullen has 1 plate appearance. Mullen able to draw a walk back in that 4th inning and scored. Nope, he was stuck at 3rd. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, like I said, throughout the ball game, Roane County's done a pretty good job making contact, just haven't been able to find a gap in the defense.
Next pitch, this one right back to the pitcher. That one knocked down by Knight. He'll run over to first and underhand it to Spatafor for out number 1. Yeah, you look back at all of the things that Roane County has done. There's only been 1 strikeout by Knight, so the Raiders are hitting the baseball. But unfortunately for Roane County, only 2 of those have resulted in base hits, including the big 2 RBI double back in inning number 3 by Josh Walton that plated the only 2 runs for the Raiders. So Saunders gets a rare opportunity here at the plate. First pitch missing inside, 1-0 the count. Next one ripped towards the second base area, gobbled up that time by Dehaven, and across for out number 2. Roane County quickly down to their final out, and it is going to take one of those miracle-type comebacks. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 7th, you trail by 8. And Russell May, ever the chatter, talking up Eddie as he goes into the batter's box left side. I tell you, I'm going to miss Russ. He's just a fun kid. First pitch outside. May reached on an error in the 3rd inning and then struck out in the 4th, his only 2 appearances today. DHing in the order for the center fielder Ethan Collins. Swings and misses. 1-1 the count. 2 teams will take a break, get some food in them, and we will do it again after this one concludes. 1-1 pitch. May out in front of that off-speed action. 1-2 the count.
Now Roane County down to the final strike.
Knight trying to complete the 7 innings. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. He only struck out 2, but he gets the last one of the ball game. Roane County just unable to solve the mystery of Dylan Knight and the Doddridge defense. Your final score here in Game 1, Bulldogs defeat Roane County 10-2. We'll take a break for our sponsors. We'll come back, recap, give you some stats, and your Willitsy Starcher Auto Parts players of the game after this. We welcome you back inside of Doddridge County High School's baseball facility. Final score in game number 1. The final score obviously will not quite reflect how good and close this game was. It's 10-2 on the final score, but that included a big 6-run bottom of the 6th inning by the Bulldogs to open up a 4-2 lead out to 10-2. This was a tough day offensively for the Raiders. They smacked the ball all around this turf diamond. Unfortunately, they couldn't find any holes in a defense for Doddridge that was well squarely behind their pitcher, Dylan Knight, who goes the distance in the victory. He struck out just 2 batters. That means the defense was solid behind them. They did have 3 errors, but those were bunched into a 2-inning span, 2 in one inning, 1 in the other, and they affected just that 3rd inning where Roane County scored their 2 runs. Final for Roane County, 2 runs on just 2 base hits, 3 errors defensively for Doddridge, and 4 Roane County runners left on the base paths. For the Bulldogs, they'll finish up with 10 runs on 9 hits, but again, 5 of those 9 hits came in that 6th inning. So the combination of Lane Epling and the beginning for Gage Saunders was pretty good, scattering 4 hits alone, but it got ugly there in the 6th. So 10 runs on 9 hits, 5 errors is the problem for Roane County. They threw the ball away a good bit, and 9 runners left on base for the Bulldogs. Individually, Lane Epling on the start here, and he went 4 1/3 innings of work. He struck out just 1. He walked only 2, but he hit 4 batters. Gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. Only 3 of those 4 were of the earned variety. Gage Saunders in relief, 2/3 of an inning. Struck out 1, walked 3. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, and 5 of those were earned. Scafella got 1 inning of work officially, 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits given up, and 2 runs. Both of those were earned runs for Scaff combined. Roane County at the plate, it was a tough one. Epling 0 for 3 on the day. He did reach on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Scafella goes 0 for 3. Josh Walton had the bat today. He had the 1 base hit, but it was a big one, the 2 RBI double. He was 1 for 3 today. Colt Ellis 0 for 2. He did walk once in this one. Preston Green 0 for 3. He hit the ball all around, just at defenders. Cam Ash 1 for 2 with a walk. He had a single in this one. Cam Compston got 1 plate appearance. He was 0 for 1. Braden Mullen 0 for 1 with a walk in this one. Ian Lance gets a pair of at-bats, 0 for 2. Did reach on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. That's why. So he was on the base pass. Gage Saunders 0 for 1 in his 1 plate appearance with a ground out. Russ May goes 0 for 3. He did reach on an error in inning number 3. Matt, 10-2 is what the final is, but it was a little bit closer than that. A very fun ball game until it kind of got out of hand in the 6th.
Yeah, I thought it was very evenly matched. I thought Epling did a really good job pitching early in the ball game, settled down, really well. Just the defense made too many miscues in this ball game. That's really what led to that early deficit. But then just the bats came alive in that 6th, and things got out of hand a little bit for Roane County. Overall, I think that's a pretty good defensive performance for the most part through that at least first 5, and made good contact with the ball. Just defense of the Bulldogs just made too many plays. We saw a couple of them by Jones out there in center, just tracking balls down, and a couple of plays we just hit the ball right to the defenders. So just go back to the drawing board here. You got a couple minutes left here between games, probably about 20 minutes or so break in between, and we'll come back out and see what Roane County's made of here in game 2, and we'll be curious to see who's going to be on the mound. I'm going to assume probably Cole. I think we're kind of resting his arm in that first game, and I just want to get back out here to the drawing board and see if the offense can break through and find a hole, and hopefully the defense can settle down for you and see what we can do. See if we can split this game.
Yeah, just keep swinging the bats and see if you can find those holes. 5-6 now, Roane County overall. They're now 4-5 in the LKC East. Doddridge improves to 12-6 overall. They are now 6-3 in the Eastern Division of the Little Kanawha Conference. We'll do it again here in a bit. Before we do, though, Matt White, time for you to dish out our Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts Player of the Game awards.
I think offensively is pretty cut and dry. Josh Walton 1 for 3 with that 2 RBI double. Produced the lone runs for Roane County in this one. Defensively, I thought Cam Ash down at third. He had at least 4 putouts that I can see on your scribbles here on the scoreboard. 4 or 5 at least really nice plays. So congratulations to those two guys, Josh Walton on offense and Cam Ash on defense, our Willard C. Starch Auto Parts players of the game.
Stick around, folks. We'll send it back to the studio for just a few minutes while we get set to get all our prep work done for game number 2. When we come back here from Doddridge County High School, we'll have game 2, Roane County and Doddridge in baseball action. We'll be back.